Hey guys, this is Hbkgrand from Dark Shinobis making a video about the melee weapon Lesion. It is a really strong melee weapon, requires only mastery rank 7, but the process of making it is another story. So to start off by how to make a Lesion, you just need 3 weapons basically, which is kind of a lot for just one weapon, but it really makes it a really strong weapon because of that. So you need a kunai and a bow, the regular ones, not the MK1 series, to make a Typedo. Once you have made the Typedo, then you can make the Lesion. So basically you gotta go through like those 3 weapons in order to make the Lesion. Now the Lesion base status comes to 30%, whereas the critical chance is like 5%, so automatically we come to this conclusion that it is a status weapon. Now it has a hidden feature that a lot of people don't know, or if they do, it's pretty awesome. Successful single hit can cause toxic damage to the enemy. Now if you have that any toxic like viral or like something that has toxic effect on it, it will just increase that effect. So it is a really pretty amazing passive ability that Lesion has. Apart from them, it has like a slash, like the slash damage is high, so that's pretty amazing, but it is low on puncture and like impact damage. So I'm gonna show you guys the build. So the builds that I have basically, so we're gonna start off with the viral. So you just need like 1 forma, but you do need 2nd forma because of the new mod that came out, the Prime Fever Strike. So if you do have that Prime mod and you want to put it up here for the corrosive and whatnot, you can get that by adding the 2nd forma. But otherwise, if you're just going to use like the regular Fever Strike, you don't need 2 formas. Now the 3 builds that I have is the first one, this is the one that I'm showing you guys right now, is the viral, which can be used against the corpus and the infested. Then, or you could even use this in against the Greniers. It will just do the almost like the same amount of damage, but just takes a little bit longer. Whereas the corrosive for the infested, the Grenier and the corpus, which is kind of like these 2 setups which do not have any prime mods or whatnot, or like hard mods. Whereas the final corrosive that I use has the prime mods, it does a little bit more damage and whatnot. That's pretty much it. So starting off, we have the Shimmering Blight. It's like a polar arm. So the stance mod is basically just a common drop from enemies and whatnot. The polarities match. There are other stance mods, but you will, in order to put those on, some have like a minus, some have like a V or D maybe. So those ones, basically, if you put on, you need to put another forma to change the polarity size. But this one is the right polarity, so it will help you guys out. It's a common drop. The next mod is the Prime Pressure Point, which gives you 120% melee damage. It is a common drop. Fury gives you plus 30% attack speed. Common drop. North Wind gives you plus 90% cold damage. Another common drop. Whirling Scourge, plus 60% toxin, plus 60% status. Then we have Vicious Frost, plus 60% cold, plus 60% status. When you combine the 2, you get viral. And these 2 mods you can get from the Void by killing the Boar. They're not that hard to get. And in the market, they go for like 15 to 20 plat tops. Buzzkill can be bought from the Barocketeer for like when he brings the slash set, or you could buy it from players. The minimum going price for Buzzkill these days is anywhere between 20 to 30 plat, or tops 40 plat easy. Drifting Contact you can get from like spy missions, like high level spy missions or nightmare missions. You can get them from there easily, or the going price for it is going anywhere from 15 to 30 platinum tops. Condition Overload is a really important mod to put on any melee weapon that has status. If you're going to be using status, Condition Overload is the best weapon mod to have. It gives you plus 60% melee damage for each status type affecting. So basically we have Toxin, which is the passive, so if you guys don't know that, and then we have the viral. So in a way we're doing kind of like 2 types of status, and we have the cold in there, so there's 2 status going on. And slash, puncture, impact, they also count as status as well, so that's actually affecting and you get like plus 60% bonus damage on it. So drifting contact gives you like the increased combo duration for 10 seconds. So you really do not, like people would say, I want to put body count here or whatnot. No, you don't need those anymore. So drifting contact is pretty amazing to have. Plus bonus is that it gives you plus 40% status chance. Now, if you look at the base damage for the base status for your for the Legion right now, it says 78%. So for the few seconds that we apply the status effect, it is actually going plus 60% melee damage. So you could actually say we are doing over 100% of status damage. So that's kind of like a way where you could use this to your advantage. So with the Corrosive build, the only difference that you're going to see is that I put Fever Strike here, and we have the Voltaic Strike over here. So that's like the only difference. Whereas the Voltaic Strike, you could also get this from Void Killing the War. And lastly, I'll show the Prime build later in the video while we're going through this. So let's go with the Viral and let's go test it out. So once you're in the relay, you're going to press Option, go to Fast Travel, and you're going to go to Cephalon Cimeris. If you don't have this, you could still test it out outside like easily. Now we're going to kill a level 150 Ancient Healer Eximus from this. So let's go here. You could use your L2 if you want. If not, you could even kill this guy with just like that. So he's gone. The Infested level 150 is gone. Now we're going to go with the Corpus first, and then we'll try the Grenier at the end with this build as well. So let's go with the Corpus first. So a level 150 Corpus. You could see the health and how fast we killed it. And this is not even using the channeling damage at the moment. We might be in the need to use the channeling damage when we're facing the Greniers, because Viral does not do a lot of damage, and then since it has like less puncture and whatnot, so it does less effect on the on the enemy as well, especially the. But you could see how fast we killed the Grenier as well. Now, a lot of people ask me like, hey, you have put the enemies into like the just in the pause section, and you kind of like do a secret like an invisibility damage. The thing is that it's a level 150 enemy, so even if we are doing that invisibility damage, it's just like 15, maybe 20% guarantee, like it might be doing that much, but it's not a lot. So you can test these builds out to your heart's content, and they will not prove you wrong. The only reason why I do this is that I show basically that like how fast the health can drop. That's why I'm showing these enemies. When you put like 100 enemies and then just start smashing your weapon, you can't tell like the multiplier, you can't tell anything how it's going down. That is the reason why I put the AI in the pause section, so I can calmly show you guys what's going on. Now with the Corrosive build, we're gonna go upgrade. Let's check out the Corrosive build. Well, the Corrosive build, I'll show you the big one because this one is actually basically the same. The only difference between the Corrosive build is basically I got the Prime Pressure Point over here. Then I got the Prime Fury. Then I have the Weeping Wounds, which you can get from the Acolytes. Right now it's going for anywhere from 10 to 30 plat because it just left. Then I have the Prime Fever Strike, which actually increases the toxin by 165% when maxed out. This is the reason why I have two formas over there. Whereas I took away the Buzzkill over here. So if you wanna like take off Weeping Wounds, put Buzzkill there, that's totally up to you. Then I have the Virulent Scourge and the Voltaic Strike for the Corrosive. So basically we just lose a little bit of status, but we get a hefty amount of Corrosive. That's why I wanted to use this. So the difference between this is basically taking off Buzzkill and putting on Prime Fevers, putting on Weeping Wounds here. And apart from like the regular mods, like the Pressure Point, we got the Prime Pressure Point. Fury, we got the Prime Fury. Fever Strike, we got the Prime Fury. So let's test this build out. So we're gonna start with the Gunner. So you could see how fast his health just melted. Now if I had like 10 or 20 enemies there, the multiplier would go even faster because I'm killing a lot more enemies, in which you cannot determine like how good the enemy is doing damage. So the next up is the Infested, gone just like that. And last but not the least, we're gonna try the Eximus. So Corrosive can go with anything because like it is actually attacking the armor of the enemy. And basically, if you see, Corrosive kill the enemy. And this is not using channeling at all. So for all three of them, I did not use channeling. So apart from that, guys, like if you guys have any comments, any questions, if you want to know about other melee weapons, so far the ones that I've uploaded, you could check them out. I'll share the links. So hopefully those can help you out. So the Legion is a really strong weapon, and even if you try it on like sortie missions or even like level 150s or whatnot, even if you do not pause the AIs, you're gonna have a good result. The only reason why I'm showing those pause AIs is because it actually shows, hey, this is how fast the health can drop. So it makes it a little bit easier to visualize. Whereas if I put like 100 enemies, I won't be able to see what kind of damage result I'm doing because I'm constantly attacking. So you can't tell in that. So that's why I do that. Apart from that, usually when we're doing high level missions, I'm in the streams and we are showing these weapons and whatnot, and I'm using them personally, so I never had trouble with them. So if you guys have any questions, once again, any comments, you can leave it in the section below. I hope you liked the video. This is Hbkgrand signing out. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button, guys. I'll see you next time.